We lost another one. And this time his name was Andrew Brown Jr. Now, we don't know much, but what we do know is the basics. So supposedly, Andrew was a drug dealer, a meth dealer to be more precise, and then he was selling drugs to an FBI informant, right? So after he did that, the cops, a SWAT team, showed up. And the funny thing is, the SWAT team showed up in a regular truck or just niggas in the back just chilling out, which I think it's stupid. I think that's really, really fucking stupid. I don't know why they did that in the first place. I mean, they could have easily been spotted, saw that. Like, come on now. I think there was no brain cell during that moment because it makes no fucking sense strategically. I mean, if you know why, then feel free to let me know. But until then, it was fucking stupid. But I guess it could also be because like the road, I guess, or something like that. But anyways, so the SWAT showed up. Supposedly, my man was trying to drive away, and because he was driving away, the cops shot him 4 times, including the killing blow, which was in the back of the neck. That's what we know, right? So, what do I think of this situation? I'm just gonna tell you straight up. I think the cops did nothing wrong. Like this is my last video. I think I just I don't think they did anything wrong here. They killed someone, which is bad. You know, murder is murder, no matter who did it. That's my opinion. My opinion, murder is murder, no matter who did it and why. Because, and even though that's not the exact definition of murder, in my mindset, murder occurs when someone takes the life of another, regardless of the situation. Right? Well, actions could be justified, but even so, it's still murder. That's my opinion. It's not the exact definition, so sue me. Okay, but for real though. Let's think about this. I'm sorry, guys. If sorry, guys, if you heard my mom. Let's think about this. Alright. So, anyways. Sorry if you heard that. Anyways. Let's think about this. The man was selling meth in his own community. And he was a father. And that's kind of fucked up. Especially if you're a grown ass adult. This man was like in his 40s. Like 46. 45. Around that age. And to me, it's crazy. You know, right? Because how you gonna do that and have children? Like, especially meth. Like, if it was weed, I would understand. But meth? Why are people still smoking meth nowadays? It's weed. Like, come on now. I don't know why people smoke other drugs. Full well knowing that, until this day, full well knowing that weed is basically the safest drug out there. Like, as far as we know, weed hasn't killed anyone. Anyone. Now, we could lead to death. Mainly, people who are behind the wheel of a car and they get too high and they accidentally crash, shit like that. You know? But weed itself, it has caused no death. So why the fuck are people smoking meth? Bars. But for real though. So, looking past that, were the cops wrong? No, they wasn't. Here in my mind, there's two situations that can occur. One, the cops, as soon as they appeared, they started shooting him on sight. So because of that, he tried to drive away, right? And second, as soon as the cops told him to freeze, and when he saw them, he panicked, got in his car, and tried to drive off because you're not trying to spend any time in prison. Those are the two situations that I can imagine happening. As far as we don't know what exactly happened because of course there's no body cam footage, at least not yet. But hopefully they'll put that out there and it'll help us better understand the situation that occurred. But if not, we're gonna have to make a bunch of assumptions based on what we know. And for right now, my main assumption is that he saw the cops, he got in a car, and he tried to run away. And because he tried to run away, the cops opened fire. Were they wrong for doing that? In my opinion, no. Because, I mean, that man kind of like, he committed a crime, right? Now, let's look at George Floyd's case and compare it to this. When compared to George Floyd, it was murder because Derek Chauvin literally put my man on this man's neck when they already had him handcuffed. I don't care what you say to me, that's murder. If you can handle a full-grown man in handcuffs and you have to put him on this, and you have to like take him down, you're a pussy. Like, you're a pussy, bro. You're a straight pussy. Especially if you're the only one and the other guys are just in the background chilling, you're a pussy. Because there's no need to put that type of force out when my man's already in handcuffs. If he was still resisting, then okay. Maybe you can tase him or something like that. I don't know. But all I do know is putting a knee on his neck and effectively killing him was not the way to go. Right? In this case, my man saw the cops, he panicked, and he got in the car and took off. And because he took off, the cops fired. Right? Now, I don't think the cops were at fault because if they told him to freeze and he just didn't listen, then that's what happens. Like, seriously, for all they know, I mean, the guy sells meth. So, for all they know, he could be driving away, going to some odd location and grabbing a gun or something. I don't fucking know. But I don't see it as a case similar to George Floyd. I don't see it. I just don't see it. To me, there are two different things that happened. The cop said freeze. The man didn't listen. He got in his car. The cops fired. And what happened led to his death. Now, I might sound hypocritical. It probably does sound hypocritical. Let me try to explain it in a better way. In the case of George Floyd, he was already in handcuffed. Right? That's what I said. So what they did to him afterwards was murder. But this man wasn't handcuffed. Right? They went to his home to arrest him. And he panicked. And he got in his car and tried to drive off. Now that's fleeing a scene of a crime. Right? And because he was doing that, the cops had no choice but to fire. Right? Because all they know, he could be a serious danger to society at this moment. Because he's not in handcuffs. He may be going, and he might be going to his car, might pull out a gun or some shit. They don't know. The firing could happen while he was getting to his car and while he was driving away. So those are the instances that could occur when around the time the cops were shooting at him, right? He was getting in the car, the cops fired, he's driving away, the cops continued firing. Right? I don't know if he made it far. Like, I don't know if he was able to like drive a block down or a block down the road or some shit. I don't know. But yeah. Either way, to me, I don't classify this as murder. It is murder in my opinion. But I don't classify it as murder in the case of George Floyd. I think that it's just someone who panicked, which is understandable. But This man got in his car and he tried to drive away, fully well knowing that it was the cops, right? Fully well, right? He was actively trying to flee the scene, which is a crime. In case of George Floyd, he was already behind handcuffs. He might be resisting arrest, but But again, as you can tell, they already put him in a cop car. Then they took him out for some fucking reason. I don't know why. And they put him around and shove him, put a knee on his neck. Though to me, that classifies. To me, that classifies these two cases as completely different. George Floyd's murder, and in Andrew Brown's case, it's someone who panicked. Let's mostly consider the best of him. Tried to escape, and because he tried to escape, the cops fired. It's unfortunate that it happened like that. It's very unfortunate, right? It's very unfortunate, and I'm sad that I had to come to this, right? But at the end of the day, if you choose to sell meth, and then the cops show up, and you know they're there, but you still choose to try to run away, that's just what happens. Again, unlike Andrew Brown, George Floyd didn't try to run away. I mean, he sat there and he talked to the cops. And to me, he sounded pretty lucid. People say I was high. He wasn't high. He talked perfectly normal. Like, the man spoke in full sentences. He was not high. He was not high. I don't care what nobody says. You don't believe me, watch the video yourself. And listen to what he says and listen to his response time and tell me he's high. He's not high. He's not fucking high. Come on now. But anyway, guys, with that being said, I know people are gonna be angry at me because of this, and that's fine. I understand your point of view, and I understand that I might be sounding a bit hypocritical here. If I am, please comment and we'll talk about it. Please comment on my video, and I'll explain it further if you need me to. But if not, then just press the like button or just watch the video in full, whatever you want to do. But with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.